any of you who are not extensively familiar with my work, I'm an expert in detoxification, sustainability, and nutrition. So basically I teach people how to be healthy, happy, and green. And for a number of years I've been an advocate for eco-beauty, which is why I was on the panel that you guys just enjoyed. And that's also a reason why I'm speaking on behalf of the Campaign for Safe Cosmetics today, which is an incredible nonprofit. They are a coalition of various nonprofits, including the Environmental Working Group, as well as the Breast Cancer Fund, and some other excellent researchers, authors, and activists. I know that a lot of times when people hear the word cosmetics, they instantly think of makeup, right? But really, cosmetics involves deodorant, shampoo, baby shampoos, of course makeup, but also lotions, potions, everything that you can imagine using head to toe. So this is an issue that affects not only women, but men as well, and children of all ages. Now, how many of you have ever been confused by the product labels that are out there? When you look at the ingredients and you kind of, going, what is that? So a lot of people nodding their heads. It's a really common occurrence. Because there are a ton of chemicals used, and there unfortunately is a lot of manipulative marketing going on. A lot of times we'll see things like natural or organic, but unless it says 100% natural or 100% or all natural or certified organic instead of just organic, then there's really no legal promise to what those claims mean. And as far as Americans are concerned, we typically, the average American uses 10 products a day, and that exposes us to about 125 chemicals. And these chemicals, much of the time, are petro-based or coal tar-based. And of the nearly 12,000 chemicals that are actually out there, about 87% of them have not been tested by the beauty industry itself. The other issue here is that the $50 billion a year beauty industry is virtually self-regulated. So, a lot of times there's this assumption made by consumers that if it's on the market, it must be safe for me. And even the FDA has publicly stated that that assumption is often false. These chemicals have been linked to anything from cancer to birth defects, learning disabilities, a whole long list of various health issues. And speaking about cancer specifically, as of 2010, cancer becomes the #1 killer worldwide. 1 in 2 men are diagnosed with cancer, 1 in 3 women are diagnosed with cancer. So even though cosmetics is not the only factor, it is certainly a very large piece of the puzzle that we have to pay attention to. And that's because we ingest the cosmetics, we absorb them through fumes and vapors, and then we absorb them through our skin. 60% of what we put on our skin is absorbed. That whole idea of you are what you eat lends itself to you are what you apply. So there are 3 main things that I want to bring your attention to with the Campaign for Safe Cosmetics. What they focus on primarily is education, which is so important because a lot of us just don't hear these crazy statistics such as 1 in 3 personal care products are linked to cancer, right? Secondly, marketing, the marketplace. How can we vote with our dollars? Every time we buy something or choose not to buy something, we have incredible purchasing power that can reshape the market. And it's already been proven in Japan and many of the countries in Europe because the citizens there say, enough, we want better products and therefore they get them. The same companies like Johnson & Johnson and L'Oreal will reformulate their products to be safer for different global markets because that's what the citizens and the governments expect there. So the third element that the Campaign for Safe Cosmetics focuses on is legislation, because not everyone has the good fortune or the privilege to have a friend who's going to say, hey, you need to check out this website, or to come to an amazing event like this today. So it's really important that we get behind legislation that will protect everyone of both genders and of all ages. 3 little things I want you to keep on your radar. In July, there is going to be a new piece of legislation that the campaign is standing behind. Definitely, get involved with that. send an email to your friends, Facebook. You know, this is a golden opportunity for us to raise standards as environmentalists and health advocates. Secondly, do you guys all know Annie Leonard? She made a great video called The Story of Stuff and the Story of Plastic. It's a little short video cartoon, really effective, very light, family friendly. She's going to be introducing in July the story of cosmetics, and that's going to be on the campaign for Safe Cosmetics, which the website, by the way, is safecosmetics.org. The last thing I want to keep on your radar here in terms of what this wonderful nonprofit is doing is that they just came out with a groundbreaking report on fragrances. It's called the Fragrance Report. They studied 17 different popular fragrances, including Britney Spears' Curious, Halle Berry's Halle, Calvin Klein's Eternity, Abercrombie & Fitch's Fierce, Miley Cyrus's, what's hers called, Secret Celebrity, a whole range from fragrances that are targeted to tweens up to adults. And what they found is that there were 40 hidden chemicals that weren't even required to be on the labels, and that are connected to hormone disruption. So they have written a very respectful and yet strong petition to these celebrities and to these companies to urge them to change their formulas and do the right thing. And so we need as many people as possible to sign this petition, and again, it's on the website. So I just am here to bring some more awareness to how you can be involved, not just through your day-to-day choices, but also through some amazing campaigns like the campaign for Safe Cosmetics. So thanks for your attention, thanks for being open, and again, in just a moment I'm going to pass out some literature that you guys can take advantage of. So thank you.